Welcome back to part 2 of the annual Lake House poker game. Currently, we're up $3,000 from night 1, but we got a whole nother night of poker to get through, and we play a hand with Wolfgang Poker, and let's just say I made the wolf howl. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but before we get into the poker, we have a bet to settle, and this one, we're settling it on the lake. Shut your mouth, lock in, let's get into the video. All right, folks, we're back.
20 bucks.
Today, I'm on the boat with 7 strangers. Last one standing gets to keep the boat. Let's go! If he lets go, he deletes the channel. 100%. All right, here's what's really happening. One person on this tube at a time. We're betting. Everybody's throwing in 20. Whoever lasts the longest gets the whole pot. Shut your mouth, lock in. Let's get to it, boys. I'm here with the first competitor.
Brother,
Mason,
wrap it up. It's a lot. I think my time on the raft is going to be maybe 7 hours. Until
7 hours,
until the
20
boat,
minutes.
Until the boat runs out of gas.
20 seconds later, he's going to be in the lake.
Until the boat runs out of gas, brother.
Oh my gosh, what a nail biter! Fourth competitor, you literally have to be 30 seconds, brother. And you just lost by a 1/10 of a second. Get 31 seconds. All right, how does it feel knowing that there's no way you're gonna beat that time, brother?
Dude, that's why your channel only has 160K subs, dude.
Oh!
Because this negative attitude, like, oh, I can't do it. I can never catch Wolfgang. Oh, I might as well not try.
The final one, 3 minutes to beat, but it's funny because I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this. Put dreams and nightmares on right now. On the river.
It's like when you post a video.
The one outer.
And then it ends up being a 9 out of 10.
Wait, watch that.
So you're probably thinking that I took first, but there's been a mistake. So let's stop the clock 25 seconds before Tyler fell off. Therefore, your first place winner.
This guy right here. So, yeah, I'm still stuck about that.
All right, the gambling has moved from the lake to the lake house in the form of some 5-5-10 no limit hold'em. And in this first hand, we look down at ace queen offsuit and +1. Under the gun raises to $20. I 3-bet and the +1 to $60. Folds all the way back over to the under the gun player, who just so happens to be calling. And if you watch the last few vlogs, you know this brother doesn't know how to fold, so he calls. We're heads up to a flop. It comes deuce, king, jack, rainbow. So we flop ourselves a gut shot to Broadway with an over. And we can rep all of the king X, jack X, sets. You get what I'm saying. This board smashes our range, not calling. So when he checks, I see bet for $75, which might get the job done. Except it's calling, which means it's not going to get the job done. He calls. We're off to a turn. It's a 6 of clubs. Calling checks again, and I think you can go either way here between betting or checking. I think betting again is perfectly fine, but like I just said, calling doesn't fold. I'm not going to put money in with ace high. I check it, and we're off to a river. The river is a 6 of diamonds, and now Colin goes absolutely bonkers and bets $5. That's right, $5. And for a second, I almost raised because it feels like he just has a pair here, but something tells me he'll probably just snap call me with whatever he has. So I decide to just call, and here's what happens.
If it doesn't hit on the turn, because like you're calling the c-bet, then you're like, all right, now I'm chasing my draw.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Chop it up.
Easy game, boys. Scoopers. So after that first hand, we pretty much lost every single pot we entered for the next hour and a half. So we're stuck around $600, which means when I look down at pocket 8 and Andrew raises from $50 from the cutoff, I'm on the button, I'm gonna put in the call, everyone else folds. And now before this flop comes out, I want you guys to hear exactly what I say. And I'm about to flop a set right here. Flop comes 4, 8, 4, rainbow. So we don't get the set we predicted, but top boat will have to do. Sadly, Andrew checks, and we got this board locked up. So I check it back. We're off to a turn. It's the 10 of spades. Now Andrew bets 55 bucks, and this board is still super dry. So I don't see a point in raising here. I just call. We're off to a river. It's the king of diamonds, and I'm just praying Andrew bets. Praying this brother bets, but unfortunately, he checks. Now listen, he called me super light the vlog before. Why wouldn't he do it again? There's no reason to not do it again, brother. Come on, please. I bet $230, and he folds, showing 6-9 of diamonds. Absolute nit. If that were me, I'd be check jamming that river, but I guess some of us are just built different. I'm about to start flopping boats every other orbit. Guarantee it. Stop what you're doing. Swallow what you're chewing. Lock in, boys. A little while goes by, and then we pick up King Jack offsuit. In the cutoff, open to $30. Action folds over to Colin in the $10 straddle. And you're not going to believe it. He calls. Who would have guessed? Heads up to a flop. It comes 9-6-4 rainbow. Colin checks, and although we have 2 overs with some backdoor straight possibilities, I decided to play this one a bit cautious and check it back. Turn is an amazing jack of clubs, so we improve to top pair, and the board is super wet now with straight and flush draw possibilities. So when Colin decides to bet out for 35 bucks, I think it's time to put in a raise. I think it's mandatory you put in a raise here. So I bump it up to 150 bucks, and we all know what Colin does. He folds. The one time I actually have something, he finally decides to learn how to fold. So now I'm on tilt. In this hand, we're in the $10 straddle, and we look down at ace queen offsuit. The $20 straddle is on as well in this hand. Action folds over to Colin in the small blind, and he calls. The big blind folds, and now it's on me. I raise it up to 75 bucks. Tyler calls in the $20 straddle, and so does Colin. We're 3 ways to a flop. It comes 10, queen, king, 2 hearts. Pretty good flop, all things considered. We got ourselves second pair with a gut shot to Broadway and a backdoor nut flush draw. But when Colin checks, I don't think betting is a play here. We're in between 2 players. It's going to be hard to get them both to fold, and there's no way of knowing if we have the best hand right now. The board's too wet. It's too many possibilities, too many hands that beat us. So I decided to check, and Tyler checks it as well. We're off to a turn. It comes the 5 of spades. Appears to be a brick. Colin checks again, and now I think we have the best hand. We should. So I bet out for $150. Tyler folds, and Colin calls. Of course, when I have second pair, now he finally decides to call. Anyways, we're off to a river. It's the king of clubs. Colin checks for a 3rd time, and initially, I plan to bet. Seems like a great spot to bet. Seems like we can target all queen X or 10X holdings like queen jack, queen 9, 9, 10, etc. But something just feels a little off. Colin just has that dumb little look on his face, like he's trying to trap me. I'm not falling for it, brother. I check it back, and he shows king 5 of diamonds for a full house. Nice try, brother. Nice try. You keep playing like that, I'm gonna have you swiping your credit card to buy back any of these games, brother. I'm gonna break you on the next hand. All right, we're about halfway through the session now, and we officially have put on the knit game for 25 bucks. So when we pick up queen 5 of diamonds in the cutoff, it looks like an absolute premium to me. So I open to 40 bucks, folds over to Wolfgang in the small blind, and he decides he's gonna play a second hand of the entire night and 3-bet me to 155 bucks. Folds over to me, and we agree. We made a verbal agreement that if I win this hand, we have to trade channels. So I call, and we're heads up to a flop. It comes 5, 10, 7, all clubs. Wolfgang c-bets for 30 bucks. I don't know what the heck that represents, and since I have a lot more poker experience and I've been doing this a lot longer than him, and am obviously the better short content creator, I'm gonna raise him up. I make it 200 bucks with bottom pair. And just like a scared little puppy, Wolfgang folds. Gosh, he's literally so bad. Oh my gosh. Wow. Got him to fold kings, boys. Am I right? Easy game. Easy game. Night is winding down now. People are tired, and we're basically even at this point, but I'm still locked in, and this hand proves it. We look down at ace 10 offsuit in the cutoff. The hijack opens at 40 bucks. I call, folds back to Freddie Boy in the small blind, and he 3-bets to $200. The original raiser calls. We're getting 2-1 on a call. I'm in there. I call. We're 3 ways to a flop. It comes 6, king 5, 2 hearts. Not the flop we were looking for, but thankfully, action checks to me. I don't see a reason to bet here just yet, so I check as well. We're off to a turn. It's the ace of diamonds. A bit of a sketchy card, and this is probably why you shouldn't play ace 10 offsuit, because now we have top pair, but Freddie could have ace jack, ace queen. He could even be slow playing ace king or pocket aces, so could get dicey here, but that doesn't seem to be the case because action checks to me, and I'm not gonna be checking here. I bet for 225 bucks, which in retrospect is an absolute garbage sizing. There's 2 flush draws on board and 2 straight draws, so we should definitely be sizing up, but it doesn't matter. They both fold. We take in $400 worth of profit in this hand, and that brings us to the last hand of the session. Last hand of the session here, we look down at pocket 5s in the big blind. It folds over to the small blind and he opens at 25 bucks. I call, and so does the straddle. We're 3 ways to an absolutely stupendous flop of 10-5-4, 2 spades. We got middle set on a wet board, multi-way. The small blind checks, and I gotta put some money in here. The board is way too wet. There's flush draws and straight draws out there. I bet small for 25 bucks. Tyler folds in the straddle and Andrew calls in the small blind. We're off to a turn. It is amazing. It's the ace of diamonds. Absolutely amazing card because Andrew's gonna have a lot of ace X when he opens in the small blind and he floats on the flop. This is just a perfect card. So when he checks, I think it's time to size up. I bet the size of the pot for 125 bucks. We gotta build this pot. We gotta get some money in, but it doesn't matter because Andrew freaking folds. So unfortunately, Andrew is not paying us off tonight like he was the night before, but all that means is I'm gonna start bluffing this brother out of his shoes. Mark my words, you're a dead man, Andrew.
I feel your energy. You're like, oh. Did you have it? You had the Nut Butters?
I'll make up a really good hand for you guys later.
We are back at the house, and that is gonna wrap up the weekend at the lake house. We won around 35 or 3,600 bucks in 2 sessions. And when we got back to the crib, we had a package from YouTube, and I'm gonna have you guys unbox it with me.
Don't you dare judge me for using this razor. It's my wife's, so shut your mouth.
Wonder what this could be, huh? Let you guys check that bad boy out. So yeah, 100,000 subscribers, super big accomplishment. Right now I have 165,000 subscribers and like 164,500 are from shorts. So this is primarily contributed to shorts, but hopefully the next 100,000 will come from long form content. Hopefully you guys are liking the new vlogs, the new style of content I'm putting out. Other than that though, oh, there's a check in here for $10,000. Obviously, I'm just kidding. It's just a letter that says, do you remember your first subscriber? Yes, I do. It was my wife. Anyways, this is super cool. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, drop a comment, drop a like. If you're still watching it to the very end, you're a rare one. A real one? Wow. You're a real one, and I appreciate you. Yeah, other than that, shut your mouth, boys. Stay locked in. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.